Hi, my name is Roman, I'm from the Pupil Media team, and today we're at Burnage's Careers and Aspirations Evening. Let's hear what they've got to say.
I think to understand the opportunities that are out there in terms of careers and colleges and universities and apprenticeships and all of those things, it's become massive now. There is so much to know and understand, and it might be a little bit daunting, a little bit overwhelming, because there's so much. So some of the purpose of these evenings really are to give you the right kind of information and the right kind of understanding of the opportunities that are out there for your son. And for our boys, it's for you to try and get an understanding for yourselves.
To find out all the information.
Okay.
Go around, have a good look at all the different colleges. All right, we're all slightly different. We've got a lot to offer, but we've got very subtle differences.
The great thing is that our boys have got the opportunity to be able to see everything and to get all the right kinds of information, to be able to make the right choices about where they go and what they do.
So A-levels are 2-year qualifications. They're traditionally the route lots of students take after studying GCSEs. And they, there's lots of different A-levels you can choose in lots of different subjects that would kind of set you up for whatever you want to do in the future.
A T-level is a technical qualification. It's quite similar to A-levels, but it's not A-levels. So it's built up of 80% of it is classroom-based learning, and then 20% is, work experience and us sending you out and doing work experience with an employer. So it's broken down into 2 different categories. Now, normally, if you study a T-level, it is a 2-year course, and it is just one course that you would study. But at the end of it, you would get a qualification which is equivalent to 3 A-levels.
So BTECs are vocational courses, which are 2-year courses, and they give you the same amount of qualifications that can get you into university. So it's 2-year courses in a specific subject.
We, as ISG, we specialise in a lot of different areas of construction. So we build a lot of police stations, fire stations. We do a lot of work for the Ministry of Justice.
So an apprenticeship is a job with training. An apprentice goes to work, they do a job, learn all the skills to do that job. And the other part of it is the training part, where the apprentice continues to study and gains a qualification. End of an apprenticeship, you've got someone who knows how to do the job and they've got a qualification.
My name is Mohammed Amara, and I'm a student at the University of Oxford, and I study experimental psychology. They want to see passion and interest, so what books have you read relevant to the course? What relevant work experience do you have? They want you to be original, thoughtful and critical. So if you make an opinion about something, if you have an opinion about the course, try and show it, because they want originality. You show yourself as a whole-rounded individual, then it's like, oh, they don't just read books, they also compete in swimming, I don't know. Just something to make you different.
Where can A-levels lead you to? Anywhere really. The vast majority of our students over at Zavarian go on to university, but we also have lots that go directly into employment, onto higher apprenticeships, or even that take a gap year and go and do things all over the world to get some additional skills before they go off into the work.
So a T-level can lead you to many different things. For example, you can go on to university if that's what you choose to do. You can also go directly into employment, and you can also progress further on to apprenticeships or any other further education that you choose to do in the future.
And again, vocational courses can take you to university and further beyond.
So the apprenticeship's designed to move you into employment ultimately. So over the course of the apprenticeship, you do tasks, activities, and by doing those for the employer, you ultimately develop all the skills that you need. So at the end of the apprenticeship, you can move into a full-time role. The other great thing about apprenticeships is if you start on, say, a level 2 or 3 qualification straight from school, you could then move up to a higher or degree apprenticeship afterwards, continue your studying and working at the same time.
A clear goal is nice, but it's not necessary. So a lot of people seem to think that, oh, from now on I need to know what I need to do. It's like, oh, I need to go into medicine, or I need to be an architect, I need to be an engineer. And it's great if you do know that, because it helps to sort of narrow down what you want to do, it helps what to focus on, you know where you need to sort of direct your energy into. But if you don't, it's actually okay, because you can look at what passions you have. And if you focus on what you enjoy, you can explore these passions and you can establish this foundation of knowledge. And then that's where you can start to learn about yourself. So some opportunities present themselves as challenges, and so it's like, oh, I've got a challenge, maybe I should just avoid it, maybe I should stop, maybe I should try something I'm more comfortable with. But if you embrace them and see them as a chance to learn, you actually start to grow and you start to adapt, and hopefully you start to see a more rewarding future. Enjoyment gives the motivation to excel. A lot of time you sort of do things what people tell you and you don't enjoy it, and then you expect some sort of reward out of it, but it's very hard to get reward out of things you don't enjoy. So make sure you enjoy what you're doing and you'll get some sort of motivation to excel. It makes you want to work hard and put in that extra effort to sort of get success.
Realistically, I suppose basic entry requirements are 5 grade 4s and above. What we would suggest on that is that if you were getting grade 4s, we're looking at a BTEC pathway, a vocational pathway.
No problem.
If you were getting all 6s and above, we'd be suggesting all A level. But some of our students wish to do a BTEC, even with 6s and above. That's fine, that's not a problem.
So your GCSE options really don't determine what T level you choose to do. As long as you get your maths, English and science, that would be great enough for you to do a T level. Again, with your T levels, you will need a minimum of 5 GCSEs at a grade 5 or above. Again, some courses may ask for 6s, but 5s and 6s is what you need to be aiming for in order to do a GCSE, and this needs to include maths and English. Again, some courses might require science as well, but that you'd have to look onto the entry requirements of the course.
There's a lot of different ways to get into construction. A lot of people just like to go straight into an apprenticeship from school, maybe into a trade. There are people who, there are T levels now at college where you can do your 2-year college course, or half of it is like with an employer. So my advice to anyone who's looking to get into construction is to research. Keep your options open, because there are plenty of different route ways to get into this line of work.
We've heard in a lot of talks this evening about how important being organised, your organisation skills are, how important it is to complete all your homework and to attend all your lessons. Working hard in school is so important because it really does set you up for whatever you want to do post 16.
So I would try and understand what career that you're interested in. Look at the starting point for the apprenticeship for that career. So let's say you wanted to go into the legal career. The best starting point for you might actually be going to college for a couple of years and then go into an apprenticeship at the end of college. Alternatively, if you want to do something like be a car mechanic, then the more common route for you might be to go into an apprenticeship straight from school and start learning on the job immediately at what would be your year 12.
If you've got a chosen career pathway that you want to do, so say if it's in computing, do it in your spare time, so you can say when you go to the interviews for these vocational or BTECs, I do coding in the spare time or whatever, just to bulk up your CV.
Any boys who are not sure what they want to do in terms of college yet, that's fine, that's understandable. It's not a problem if you don't quite know what you want to do yet, so don't be anxious about it. And if you're a parent and you're anxious about it, don't be. There is plenty of time. The important thing is that your son's doing the right things, following our mission, following our values, developing so that he can develop into a young adult that's got a great contribution to society, get some great exam results, and make you proud and do all those things really.